Thank you for watching Joy in Our Town. I'm your host, Jaquetta Williams. Today's show embodies the power of an idea. Now, it may start off small, but can grow into so much more. You know, playing a professional sport takes strength, determination, and a lot of hard work. Here in Atlanta, I want to introduce you to a former professional athlete who tackled playing not just one professional sport, he played two. He scored touchdowns and home runs. That's right, he played professional football and baseball. And you know what? He still enjoys wearing a lot of hats. You'll meet Brian Jordan, who is now an author, a businessman, and a humanitarian. You'll see how he's helping children under the principles of education and hard work. He's all about being focused, dedicated, and determined. He calls them the ingredients that make a winner. Now, after we leave Atlanta, we'll head south to St. Simon's Island near Brunswick. We'll show you what's so special about the Gathering Place. It started out as a Sunday night live at 8:45 by some college students from the University of Georgia. They had it on a porch at someone's house in 1979. But wait until you see how it's grown and the lives that have been impacted by it. Then, we're going to hang out in Birmingham, Alabama at the Boys and Girls Club of America. For some children, it's the safest place they know. You'll see how what they're doing there does more than just inspire. They're clearly raising up leaders who may eventually come back and do the same thing for someone else. Then finally, we're going to make a stop in Jackson, Mississippi. We're going to show you the Grace Place and check out how they're doing more than just providing meals to the homeless. They're giving them a chance to get back on their feet and off the streets. We've got a lot to get to, right? I know. Let's get started. Brian Jordan played for the National Football League with the Atlanta Falcons. He played safety from 1989 until 1991. But he's also a former Major League Baseball player. He played for 15 years from 1992 to 2006. Now, Jordan played for the Atlanta Braves. He also played for the St. Louis Cardinals, the LA Dodgers, and then the Texas Rangers. He's also an Emmy Award-winning sports analyst. He's written a best-selling children's book called I Told You I Can Play, and another book called Time Out for Bullies. He's the epitome of Hebrews 6:10. God is not just unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown him as you have helped his people and continue to help them. I hung out with Brian at the Villages at Carver Family YMCA for his baseball camp. And it was hot that day, too. Take a look.
Ready? Go.
It's go time at the Brian Jordan Foundation baseball camp.
When you swing, your head ends up looking all the way there. We're going to stay locked in right here, all right?
Teaching children, even in life, if you swing the first time and miss, try again. I stopped by the baseball camp to talk with Brian, who is a former all-star player with the Atlanta Braves and was an all-pro selection with the Atlanta Falcons. Let's talk about this camp. We've got a number of children here. We're standing not far from a field that's named after you. Talk about it.
You know what, the Atlanta Braves, they do a lot of their youth tournaments here, and when they first built the Villages of Carver YMCA, they approached me about donating a field, and not just myself, but Chipper Jones, John Smokes, and Mike Hampton.
Talk about why you decided to be not only a part of baseball and football. One would have been enough, but both of them?
You know, it was a dream of mine when I was a little kid. I wanted to be different, and you know, my dad was a great athlete. It ran in my family, and I knew, you know, I wanted to play sports. I loved it. I enjoyed the camaraderie. I enjoyed leadership. I enjoyed all the teamwork. My mom was an educator, and she always taught me about giving back, and she taught kids with special needs. So I used to watch her pour her heart and soul into making a difference in kids' lives. So for me, I knew if I ever reach my dreams of playing two professional sports, I would start a foundation and I would give back, and I would make that a mission in my life.
The mission is to provide useful information, resources, and helpful tools that support young people and their families.
It's important for these kids to get outside, exercise. You know, it's a huge problem now in our young kids, obesity. And it's because of technology, it's because of social media, and these kids don't want to get out and sweat in the heat anymore. To see the smiles on these kids' face, to give them backpacks, back to school supplies, and baseball gloves and just be a part of their lives, teaching them the game of baseball and teaching them about being healthy, you know, how important that is, and education is always first. For me, it's important to talk to little boys because, you know, they grow up to be men, and we need more men out here that's going to give their time to help others, kids that need everywhere in this world. And it's not just inner city, it's around the city too, and I try to reach those areas also.
This camp wasn't just for fun, but for children to have access to medical professionals too.
I want to really thank Southside Medical for coming out here. You know, this area really needs Southside Medical to step up and give free physicals to their kids, and they're out here at this camp, but they have the opportunity to get free physicals through Southside Medical, free screenings and blood pressure testing for the parents.
Now let's head back outside where they're having fun with baseball. I'm not going to play baseball because I'm not dressed for it, but he just might, all right? So walk along with us. This field, so he's teaching them how to do what?
This wiffle ball, just teaching them hand-eye coordination, wiffle ball.
What is that?
The little plastic ball, you can throw curveballs and all kinds of pitches, but it's easy for the kids. It's a light bat. They get to hit the wiffle balls and just have fun.
Okay, and then so are they doing the same thing on this field?
No,
or this is
on this field, the Brian Jordan field.
Yes.
You know, they're learning how to bunt and they're learning how to catch. You know, like I said, we start with the fundamentals. And
bunt is the little thing when you kind of do it like that.
Square around, you keep your hand behind the bat and see the ball and just bunt it either to first base, third base, never to the pitcher. So.
Okay.
But it's a part of the fundamentals of baseball.
Because I know every child that's out here may not be as proficient as you on the baseball field. They may be like a baseball player like I would be, which would be subpar. So, but even though they're out here trying, you know, they may not be a baseball player like you, a football player, but they may be a doctor or they may be something else.
That's exactly why I encourage them to get education. Education is first, because some kids are going to have fun and learn the game and develop into good baseball players, but some won't. They're just out here for the exercise. They're out here to get the backpacks and the school supplies, and I understand that. But my thing is, you know, be who you want to be. And right now I'm just supplying you a teamwork environment, leadership environment, so that those skills you can take a long way.
And speaking of help, the Brian Jordan Foundation helped more than 400 children at the villages of Carver YMCA and Lake Point. If you want to get involved or know more about the foundation, the website is brianjordanfoundation.com, or you can always give them a call. That number is 678-804-9562.